morning, everybody. Welcome to the Crafty Toads. We are the Crafty Toads, and this is a podcast about knitting and crocheting and all sorts of wonderful making stuff. Crafty things, because we're the Crafty Toads. I am Mary Beth, and you can find me all over as Mary Beth 494, mostly on Ravelry and Instagram.
And I am Helen, and you can find me as Helen HG69, pretty much all over the place.
And we are sisters. We live together, have a couple of dogs, a couple of cats, and we own a business called Toad Hollow, not the Toad Hollow, Toad Hollow, which you can find.
Most people refer to it as the Toad Hollow.
The Toad, right? You can find us on Etsy under Toad Hollow NJ and our own website, toadhollowNJ.com. That about covers all that. Oh, we have a Ravelry group called the Crafty Toads. Just search the Crafty Toads under groups and you will find us.
Yep. Get more into that later.
Yeah, and I think pretty much that covers all the admin stuff. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you've come to join us. I hope you have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Sit down. Let's have a chat because we've had a busy couple of weeks. It's been busy. We are coming to you from beautiful Glassboro, New Jersey, and
this is our backyard.
This is our backyard. Backyard oasis. All right.
Well, that didn't last long.
Are you done already? We gave the dogs...
We bribed the dogs with soup bones.
And it would appear that Drusilla has done it in 1 minute and 41 seconds. That is sad. That's a new world record. Okay. All right, so let's talk about what's been happening.
Yeah.
Big happenings this past weekend.
We were at the New Jersey Sheep and Wool Festival in Hunterdon County, at the Hunterdon County Fairgrounds. We were vending. It was a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much to everybody who came to the booth, who purchased from us.
Who came and said hi.
Who came and said hi and chatted with us. It was just such a fun weekend. We were both looking forward to it so much because we were right next to Chelsea Yarns. Our booths were right next to each other, and Marionated Yarns was right across the way, and we haven't seen them for a while.
Since we moved
to the sticks.
Yeah.
And so we were looking forward to seeing them and just seeing people because we knew certain people were coming and that we'd get to meet them for the first time. Got to meet people we didn't expect.
No, it was so much fun.
Just so much fun.
It was really fun. We had so many people who came in and they're like, "Oh, no pants revolution," because we were wearing our skirts. And a couple of people actually told us that they had bought the patterns, which is really exciting. So if you did, please share. Let us see your skirts. We showed you ours. Now it's turn to show you to show us yours. It was a little bit chilly, so we just threw a pair of leggings on underneath and. It was great. It
was perfect.
Yeah. It was absolutely perfect. So, it was good.
And it allowed you to be modest when you're bending over and that kind of thing. So
always good. Certain things should not be shown.
Yeah. But just a really...
Oh, it was such a good weekend.
And I mean, so much... We were expecting a lot and it exceeded.
Yes. So. Yes. It was good. We had a great response to our bags and our yarn, and it was very gratifying.
Yes.
So thank you, everybody. We did want to say thank you to a couple people in particular. One, Susan, who came with presents for us, which was so sweet of her. Look at this. We have mugs that say you are totally awesome.
These are the best.
I cannot argue with that. Thank you so much. And with everything that you've gone through, if we have given you a smile at least once.
Yeah, your comment on Instagram, just that was so nice.
It was so nice, and I'm so glad that we were able to help you through it because, and I'm not saying that, trying to brag or anything like that. It's just, we watched our dad go through it, and if we gave you a smile, I'm glad. I'm very glad. So anyway, Susan gave us mugs that were full of
minis and treats,
teas and minis, like all different kinds of minis that we're going to put in our scarves and everything. And then she gave us caramel bullies.
Yep.
Okay, I have to say, my grandmother, it was the greatest thing when she would pick us up from school. It was just like the coolest thing if she picked us up from school. And she had a candy tin in her back seat, which we have mentioned before because one of our yarns came out looking like the tin, the colors from the tin, and we called it vintage candy. You never knew what was going to be in there. Sometimes it was just sour balls, and sometimes it was the caramel bullies. And oh my God, I looked forward to the caramel bullies. Love caramel bullies. So you had no way of knowing that, but thank you so much because you just touched everything. So thank you very, very much. It was so sweet of you to bring us something, and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Cheryl and her gang came out from Pennsylvania, and they were just a hoot. I mean, they were just so funny. And Cheryl, I'm going to tell you again, you are a good enough knitter. You can knit a sweater. Just go for it, okay? Remember,
I expect you in a sweater at Rhinebeck, Cheryl.
Knit, purl, 2 stitches, that's all, okay? So, and then...
we met Bonnie, who was telling us all about the bears in her backyard to try and make me feel better about our bugs. And it doesn't, because I really want bears in my backyard. She did tell me about the rattlesnakes that are coming out to warm themselves on the paths in her park. No snakes.
No snakes.
As far as I'm concerned, rattlesnakes didn't exist in New Jersey, and I just really, I'm good in that la-la land.
Right.
So Jennifer Ford rented a car just to come up to it.
I mean, it was so cool to meet these people. And then, of course, we got to finally meet Marnie.
Hi, Marnie.
Marnie, who's just a great customer, and we go back and forth with her all the time about yarns and things like that. And finally, we got to meet her, and she's awesome. She's absolutely awesome. So, and we met her mother, who was wonderful, and her absolutely gorgeous children. So, it was really nice.
So we met the crew from Frame and Fiber, which is a yarn store, also frame shop in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. We've been going back and forth.
Then we had a bit of a surprise because Jake and his wife Ray from Dog Star Knits came down, and I'm so sorry. I did know you were Dog Star. I did not mean to call you Dog Dare. I really did know you were Dog Star. So sorry.
It was a shock. Well, and the booth was busy at the time, and I looked up and I'm like, oh my God, you're Dog Star.
Yeah. It was so exciting.
Yeah.
And if we had been caught up on our podcast, we would have known
you were coming.
And been prepared. But yeah, no, it was so much fun to meet. We were talking to Jake, and then all of a sudden we saw that Chanel from the Piper Nell podcast was waiting out in the hall, the walkway, and we're like, oh my God, what are you doing here? And because, why would somebody from New Jersey who does a knitting podcast come to the Sheep and Wool Festival? But she had stopped by to say hi, and she also knew Jake from Dog Star, so we had a mini meetup. It was so much fun. It was really kind of cool.
Great talking to everybody.
Yeah. And, we could have sat and chatted for hours.
Yeah.
Unfortunately people wanted to give us money, so we had to stop. But it was really, really cool to see everybody.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was really nice. We met a ton of really great people. And if we have forgotten, if you came up and introduced yourself and we didn't say your name, I'm so sorry.
We promised ourselves that we would write it down.
And then
so that we would remember. And then everything just got busy and
went to hell.
Right.
So, but thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello and admiring our bags and everything. It was so nice of you.
Yeah, and everybody, it was so nice. Everybody, this is going to sound terrible, but you had such lovely things to say about this podcast.
Yes.
You really gave us a big head.
And it was not expected at all.
Because, we just sit here and talk to each other
and face the camera every now and then, hope that somebody's on the other end.
So it was just, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
it was very, very nice. So thank you. So while we were there, we spent most of our time in the booth. We did get a chance to walk around and see other people's booths, and we did make a couple of purchases. We were really very, very restrained because for us it was this time it was more about meeting people and talking to people, and that was
and Sunday afternoon I was planning to walk around because I knew it was going to be slower Sunday afternoon, but I gotta tell you, by the time Sunday afternoon came,
at one point I went out and sat in the car and fell asleep.
was saving my energy for breaking everything down.
Which, I mean, we did that relatively fast. I mean, that was
the show ended at 4, and we were in the car and
on the road by 4:35.
By 4:35.
So yeah, it was good.
Next time we might bring a U-Haul.
Oh yeah, it was kind of like Jenga.
Jenga.
Trying to fit everything in.
Definite puzzle.
Yeah.
There were a couple times where I'm like, do I really want this step stool? Can I leave this behind?
How much do I need these shelves that I just bought for the show? How much do I really need them?
And the 3 subsequent shows that are coming afterwards.
Right.
I
So
don't need it.
do I really need it? So anyway, it was a great weekend.
Yes.
Really great weekend. Lots and lots of fun. So.
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Rhinebeck.
Yes. Yes.
So.
And we have a challenge for you. That's coming up very shortly. Anyway, back to purchases. So, one of the things we purchased were sock blockers. We finally got sock blockers. I got a pair for adult medium for me and adult large for clown feet over here.
I'm just looking at these and I'm like, I don't think my feet are that big.
But it says women's 8 to 12.
Yeah, I guess my feet are that big.
So this is women's 5 to 8. See, so that fits me. So anyway, we now have sock blockers, which got us very excited about going back onto socks.
We have been on a sock hiatus for a long time.
Yeah.
Working on shawls
and all sorts of other
samples
things
and things like that. So
I am
people
going
have
to
been
show
talking
you
about their socks on podcasts, and it's finally getting to the point where you want to put wool socks on again,
You
or
wanna
put
put
socks
anything on your
on
feet?
again, because
Yeah.
I don't like wearing anything, like even shoes.
I'm
ever.
barefoot right now.
So we both have gotten the sock bug back.
Yeah. These are the socks that I started.
Do you remember way back in January? It's so funny.
We were going to do
Remember,
one pair of socks.
we picked 12 skeins of yarn, 12 patterns. We were going to join the Naughty Knitwits and their annual sock all. And we just, I mean,
I failed from the very beginning.
I got one pair done.
Did you get a pair done?
I did get one pair done.
These are my February socks.
So if we ever
Okay, so
say we're going to
February,
do a year-long knit along, just laugh.
Yeah,
It'll be funny in 6 months.
I have gotten this far since the last time I showed you, which I think was, February. Anyway, I am doing Hermione Everyday Socks.
God, I love the striping.
Yeah, this is Marinated Yarns, and the yarn color is Sailor's Delight. So anyway, Sailor's Delight, Marinated Yarns, my Hermione Everyday Socks. They are back on, going on. I have them in my toadstool bag. And I have to add pins because Jake gave me pins and the cupcake lady gave me pins. So I have to put my new pins on. But yeah.
I put mine on, I'm not showing that project. So.
Okay.
So my socks that I picked up again are my Solar socks. I think they were probably my February socks as well. The pattern it's a free pattern. Hold on one sec. It's the Solar, Solar socks. And the last time I showed it, I was getting to the heel and I didn't, because I'm doing them 2 at a time. And I'm using, I've lost the band. It was a gift and a swap. It's Welsh yarn. Love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What's the other one in there?
Oh, those are my socks where I forgot to do the gusset on the heel and I had to take it back.
Sorry about that.
But I'm using marinated marionettes as my cuff and toes. So what I'm doing is this sock will get a purple toe and this sock will get a green toe. But this is my first time doing 2 at a time on the same needle. So I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do the heel. So I wouldn't have to take one sock off the needles, because I think with the heel flap and gusset I have to take one sock off. So anyway, I finally looked up a German short row heel, and I could have done them together, but since I didn't really know what I was doing, I just wanted to do one first in case I had to take it out, because I didn't. But it came out really well.
It's a nice heel.
Yeah, so it's a nice heel, and I'm curious to see how it's going to fit on my foot, because it's an easy heel, and a lot less than the heel flap and gusset. I love the look of the heel flap and gusset, but
And you don't have to pick up stitches and stuff.
yeah, you don't have to do the pickup stitches. You don't have to. I mean, you don't even do the wrap and turn. It's kind of fascinating. So, I have one heel done. I have started. I'm actually in the middle of a row. The heel for the second one, and then we're off to the races on the foot. So,
Excellent.
by the next podcast, I'll have a pair of socks.
Hopefully.
And then we love.
So, I mean, I have at least 2 other pairs of socks somewhere floating around that are in various stages of completion.
I mean, the one
just need thing that we bought. We have a 3-year-old nephew, and his favorite song in the world is Superhero by Coldplay. And whenever it comes on,
he just needs one note.
he's just, my song! And it comes running, and then he'll sing it, but he has to go into the next room to sing it because you can't watch him sing it. And if you say, oh my God, I love that song. No, it's my song. He gets very possessive anyway.
So now every time Mary Beth and I hear Superhero, my song!
I saw this. Somebody made hand-felted ornaments. They were very expensive because I had like 6 of them, and then she told me how much they were, and I'm like, oh, okay, we can get one. And I made Helen go back and get it because I wanted her to see it first, because, you know, since we're spending that kind of money. I am going to hang this on my Christmas tree, and every time I see it, I'm going to think of Cullen singing Superhero, because this is my superhero mouse. He's Captain America.
You're off to cut.
It's my superhero mouse, and I adore him. I absolutely look at his tongue. It's just like
He really has the greatest profile.
he's just like Cullen.
He is.
He's got like a 3-year-old tongue. It's just
He kind of reminds me of like the wrestlers.
Anyway,
very funny.
I adore him. So this was from
It's a fair trade. She doesn't do them herself.
okay, so it's Alpaca Huacaya. That is,
And it's lanart.net is where you get them from.
and that's the front of the card. Okay.
And they're fair trade, so they're not like violently expensive, but
Yeah.
was
Well, I
just
mean,
more-
it was $25 for
Yeah.
him, which was more than I expect. It's not so much that it was violently expensive; it was more than I expected it to be.
when you have 6 of them in your hand.
It's from a company called "It's a Good Day for a Cupcake."
A good day for a cupcake. So it's goodday4a cupcake.com. And she makes, she dyes yarn, she makes stitch markers, the polymer clay stitch markers. She does knitting needles with the polymer clay things on top. And she had these crochet hooks. So we got a couple different sizes. They're wooden crochet hooks, which I've never used before, and I'm interested to see how they will work in in real life kind of thing, or whether these will just become decorative. But so we got a tortoise in a size 5, a little sheep. She doesn't like the sheep in the 3.75.
Here's a hedgehog in the 4.0. And then I'm going to say this is 4.5. And a turtle in the 4.5.
So she did great work.
Why does the turtle have a tail?
It's part of his shell, I think. I don't know.
Okay. Maybe it's a cupcake swirl on top of his shell. So, we have these that we are going to try out. And then we thought, you know what? We haven't done a make-along recently. So we should do something, since we're getting into crochet. We should do a crochet along. And one of the people that we met was Rachie Newen, who is the woman behind Rachie Newen Designs on Ravelry. She's got some really, really beautiful designs, and we thought, let's do a crochet along.
Right.
So if you are interested and you would like to do this with us, we are going to make shawls to wear to Rhinebeck. And we would love to have you join us in a crochet along. Now, if you don't crochet and you think, well, then I can't do it, we're going to do a knit along too.
Right.
So that you can do one or both of them, depending on how you feel. She has all different types of designs. And I talked to her and I said, okay, I know I'm doing beginning crochet. I haven't done a whole lot of different, all the stitches and things. I'm learning.
She's not an expert like me.
Right. I can learn them, but I don't know them. And she said for me, her Storm Chaser shawl would be great because it's basically a single, double, and triple crochet. And if you've got those under your belt, you're going to be able to do this with no problem. So I am going to do the Storm Chaser shawl, and it looks like that. Sorry, my computer is set to black and white, so I did not print in color. But here is, I'm wondering if there's a better up close picture of it. Here.
It's a pay-for-it pattern.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything. This is just
No,
instructions.
I know, we're just trying to...
Yeah. Okay. So, the Storm Chaser is what I am going to do. I'm going to do it in one of our variegated yarns, and I'm going to do it in our Okie Dokie Artichoke yarn.
This was a new colorway that we came up with for New Jersey Sheep and Wool.
So this is what I am going to make it out of. We are going to start it now and go until a couple of days before Rhinebeck, so that hopefully everybody will be able to finish them and bring them to Rhinebeck to wear and show off. And we will take a picture with everybody that we meet up with that has their shawls on. So this is what I'm going to do mine in. I'm going to cast on with my new crochet hook.
And you can do a shawl, you can do, she's got hats, she's got fingerless gloves.
Socks.
Do any
whatever you
one
like.
of her patterns. So.
Scarves, lots of scarves.
So I'm going to do the Imprint of Autumn shawl. This one just came out this weekend.
She was wearing it and
It's
it was
so
beautiful.
And I'm going to do it in our Witching Hour colorway, which is just a standard black, orange, white Halloween color.
None of our yarns are standard.
So
one of the other things, we mentioned that we met Chanel from the Piper and Elcon podcast, and she was wearing her Mitered Nova shawl, which is stunning. It is absolutely
she was
gorgeous.
wearing this exact shawl in the picture. Her colors are just phenomenal.
They're beautiful. So we thought for those of you who are not crocheters and who want to knit a shawl and want to do a knit along, come join us and make the Mitered Nova shawl. She is under Chanel Wu. That's her name on Ravelry.
We will have links to everything in our show notes, which will be in the Ravelry page.
Right.
So.
And we will do it that you start now at any time and go through Rhinebeck, and hopefully we will meet all of you and see your beautiful shawls. And then after Rhinebeck, we will pick prizes, but leave us pictures and comments on the groups. We'll have one group set up for the crochet along and one for the knit along.
Right.
And just leave us pictures and comments there, and then we will pick. We're not going to do a finished objects thread,
no,
right?
because
we'll just do one.
We more than likely won't get both.
Ha!
One
Speak
or
for
both
yourself.
finished.
I'm going to be done by next week.
You know,
I'll be
and all the socks and everything else. Anyway, so since we do not expect ourselves to be done, just come join in the fun. Show us your progress. Any problems you're having, show us the yarn you're going to use, and we will just pick winners from the threads.
Right. And I know that Chanel is going to be co-hosting this on her podcast. Brunel will be hosting it on her Ravelry page as well, and she will be checking in on it, so that if you have any questions, ask us or leave her a question, and we'll get you an answer.
Okay.
But I think it's, from looking through it quickly, it's very straightforward, and it can be done in either lace weight or fingering weight yarn. So get those needles out, people. Let's go. I'm kidding. I haven't. picked out my yarn though. Wait till you see. Look. These are my yarns. My tomato red is fading into my shirt. You don't know where my shirt ends, and there's
Oh my
some
God,
yarn
look at
stuck.
that.
It really does, right? So this is the Halloween bonfire that is our Halloween kit that we had up for sale. Those, by the way, people who bought them, they are coming. They are going out in today's mail, so you should be getting them soon. Anyway, that's the Halloween bonfire. This is Jersey tomato. So, don't they look gorgeous together? It's gonna be so beautiful. I'm so excited about this. So I need to get some needles and get knitting. Let's not pay any attention to the fact that we have 3 shows coming up, one after another, but I'm gonna be knitting.
I'm going to be doing mine in electric blue jeans and corn silk. It's a tree that I never would have picked out, but I was going through the yarn and they happened to be sitting next to me. I took them out together. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that was easy. So I'm very excited about those.
Oh, I love those.
So
the stripes in those are going to be gorgeous.
Yeah. So I'm very excited.
Yes.
We
have a lot to cast on.
Yeah, we got to cake these up, cast on. So come join our make-alongs, and if any makers would like to donate for prizes, the more the merrier. Just contact us on Ravelry or Instagram.
Yeah, because that means we get more prizes to hand away.
Yeah. So
yes, very exciting.
yes.
Okay. All right. So those are our make-alongs. We are doing 2, and hopefully we will have you join us.
Yeah, I mean we go from 0 to 60 in no time. We
That
have no
is how
activity
we
on
run.
Ravelry page except for our show notes, and now we're gonna have 2 make-alongs.
Right.
Everybody come join us.
Well, at least it's not 3 sweaters in the summer. Like
Or
last year.
12 socks for the year.
Okay. We both just have. Do you have something else to show?
I have a finished.
Oh, that's right, you do. Those are about to fall, and I don't want them to break. There, perfect. Our crochet hooks were about to fall, and the polymer will break.
So we were coming up with ways to decorate our booth for New Jersey Sheep and Wool, and I saw this on Pinterest, and it's a pennant banner, crocheted.
You know what this is really good for? Minis.
Yes. And little scraps. And what it's really good for is a sampler of all your beautiful yarns that you make.
Also,
None of which I am showing. But
if you would like to, if you're getting the advent calendar,
right,
this is something that you can do with the
your
advent
minis.
calendar.
So,
Because I'm pretty sure there are knit ones too.
yeah, it's just these go up. These
Crochet up so quickly.
crochet up so fast. So
Where's this from?
that's a Knit Picks color.
That's a gorgeous gray.
Yeah, that's
It
Knit
really
Picks
is.
Stroll.
That's really beautiful. Are any of these ours? Wait, that's Fairy Mouse. I see Fairy Mouse.
So I was just going in and grabbing minis and doing it, and funny story, never got put up.
Okay, so I would like to show you that
However, I am
This-
going to put it in my room.
is from my Hohi starting point. Hohi starting point. Because I gave Helen all the things. This is Sweet Sparrow yarn from my Pebble Beach. This is ours. That's Pixie Dust.
Will-o'-the-wisp.
Will-o'-the-wisp. That's, I don't know. That's from my Hohi. That's Easter from us. So pretty yarns.
Yeah.
And I love the way, you know, if you don't want to do the Cozy Memories blanket and your crocheter, this is such a great way to hang yarn.
Yeah, and I mean, it takes me, who does not crochet fast at all, maybe a half an hour to put one together.
I may have to do this.
So you just do them, and then you just, and then I just chained.
Okay, so do you start from the wide end or from the short end? From the point?
From the middle, and you go out.
Oh, and you go out. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Right.
we're gonna have barking in a minute.
There's action somewhere in the woods.
So then I just took 2 strands of another 2 minis and I chained
Oh,
along.
so you chained it with 2 strands.
Yeah, so I could get a little bit of a thicker
Right.
strand. And then I just single crocheted across the top. That's how I put them together.
Cool.
So that from the front you can't even really see.
No, you can't. And from the back, it's just an interesting stitch.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. I was just saying that I really think that I have to do this because I love the idea of looking at it and thinking, oh, that was in this and that was in this, and
Yeah,
you know,
cozy memories.
yeah. Well, it's just
The thing is, you can do them singly and just put them aside, and putting it together is not like, you know, sewing in a blanket. You just chain a thing around and put it together. So
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's such pretty colors.
Yeah.
Love that.
So we can hang it up in the booth, across the table,
Right.
and in the meantime, it'll just decorate the house.
Oh, across the table would be pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the I have been working on a couple of different things, my Fairy Hill shawl and one of my crochet blankets and that sort of thing, and really not, I mean, I can show you that I've done this much, but really not much has changed. But on my sampler blanket, it's just coming along really, really nicely. So the last time I showed this, I was in the middle. Do you see my stitch mark?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay. So I was beginning the bobbles. So I've really come quite a ways since then. Done 4 rows of bobbles. And then I did, these are all just double crochets. Half double crochets. Half double crochets. These are all half double crochets. Lots and lots of rows of that. And then I went into Lark's Feet, which was a new thing for me. So I had to figure out how to do that. But with this pattern, she has links. I'm doing it on my iPad, and she has links for every new stitch, so that she sends you to a tutorial on how to do the stitch, so that it's great. You just click the link, go in, and you've got your instructions on what to do next. So that's what I have been working on, and I am...
It is gorgeous.
Back on bobbles. But she's really big on bobbles. Anyway,
It's gonna be a nice thick blanket.
it is. It's 100% cotton.
Yeah,
yes,
no,
this is the one
she's-
that's 100% cotton. I am doing peaches and cream, and I have started now that I'm just getting the cone because the little half 50-gram ball is just not cutting it anymore. I need a cone. So I have had to move to one of our...
It's very Navajo looking.
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way so you can't see all the dog hair. I have it in our extra large tote bag for because I have several of the cones now and all the other yarn balls. And the blanket itself is not that thick, like tall wise yet, but it's wide. So I cast on 240 stitches, I think. 240, 260, something like that. It's going to be comfortably over my bed.
Over a single bed, yeah.
Yeah, I have a single, and it's going to fit. It's going to lay over my bed perfectly, and then I can grab it and throw it over my knees.
It's gonna be so pretty.
If I want to come sit out on the back porch or something like
We're
that.
gonna have to pick a color and paint your room
Okay.
that color.
But that's the way it's looking right now. So I'm really very, very pleased with it, and I am learning all these new things as far as crochet, which is very good. Okay, brief intermission while Spike sang the song of his people. And we're back. We seem to be having a lot of that today. It's been very... Alright, so...
Everybody's a little off today.
Yes. But we're getting back in the swing of things.
Yeah.
So I think that is pretty much it as far as knitting is concerned. I think the only thing we have left... Do you have anything else to show?
No, I mean, really, we've been... I mean, it's a good thing. We've been busy. So
Yes.
I haven't had a ton of time.
And much like me,
And I
I
made progress on things, but it's really not worth showing.
Oh look, I added this much more
Right.
in exactly the same
stitch, right.
Yeah. So, my Red Robin shawl, I'm almost to the point where I'm changing stitches. So
Okay.
hopefully next time I'll be able to show something a little bit different because it's beautiful. It's really nice. All right, so I think we are left with what are we doing next? Where are we going?
Where are we going? We're going to be at the Pittman Craft Show on Saturday the 16th. So if anybody's in the area and would like to come down to Pittman.
The really nice thing about that is 5 minutes down the road.
For us.
For us.
So
we had to go an hour and a half each way for
Right.
New Jersey sheep and wool, and this is 5 minutes down the road.
Right.
So instead of getting up at crack of dawn, which
we're going to have to do it anyway because we have to be there at 8. But
I don't do well. I could get up a little bit later because it's 5 minutes down the road. Love it. All right.
And then we have a trunk show at the Fiber Arts Cafe in Millville, New Jersey the following weekend.
That is on September 23rd.
Right.
I believe that is 11 to 6.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure that's
It
from
starts
11
at
to 6.
11. I think the end time is fluid.
Right. So, and then the following weekend, the 30th, we are doing a trunk show at Hooked in Haddonfield.
Right.
And Assemble, the quilt shop next door. Prepare yourself, because I'm coming. I am hoping to make lots and lots of money, and then I'm going to walk over and give it all to you. Because we made bags from the fabric that we bought from Assemble the last time, and had such a great response to it.
Yeah.
I mean, the bags were gorgeous. Absolutely.
Or the fabric
Okay,
was gorgeous.
the fabric was gorgeous. I make nice bags, but the fabric was gorgeous. So, oh, I do want to say that on Saturday when we came home from the show, there were boxes waiting outside full of fabric, and I washed it yesterday, and I was taking it out, and I'm kind of
We have
petting
some
it
really cool
as I was
fabrics, Helen.
taking it out because it's so beautiful. We have 25 new fabrics just waiting to be made into bags. So I did a sneak peek on Instagram, and I think I sent it over to Facebook, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Of the new fabrics that are coming. So I can't wait to get my hands on them. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I think that is pretty much it. We do want to say that the Yarn Club is going out on Friday or Saturday. That is the Big Dipper.
Probably Monday?
Monday? Okay, Monday.
By the time it dries and everything, and because Saturday we're going to be in Pittman.
That's right, Saturday we're in Pittman, so probably Monday. So that will be going out Monday. Halloween kits are going out today, so if you ordered those are going to be on their way.
And if you haven't ordered your advent calendar, that is closing Friday. So
Okay.
we have 1 or 2 spots left. So if you want to get in on that, any of the versions of the advent calendar,
the 12 Days of Christmas, the Hanukkah.
I'll have links in the show notes to each of them.
Okay.
So if you want any of them, the 15th it closes, and that will be it.
And
We're
then we're
gonna
going to start
be
the dyeing.
fairly strict on that because we need to know exactly how many to get.
Right.
So
Anything else?
I think that is all.
I think that does it. Have a wonderful week.
Yes.
Go forth and knit, everyone.
And crochet.
And crochet. And please come join us in our knit-alongs because
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
they're going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
They're going to be absolutely beautiful. I can't wait.
And fun new designers.
Yes. Yes. And I'm going to I'm going to crochet a shawl. Because Helen's sitting here in her beautiful Lost in Time shawl, and I'm like, oh. I was wearing it on Sunday because I said to somebody, I told her I was going to steal it, but it's the only time I'm allowed to touch it. So I'm just kidding.
So we will, and we have a plan for a kit for the Lost in Time.
Yeah.
So,
That will be coming soon.
yep.
All
Okay.
right.
Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.